Hi everyone, Dr. Emi from Pain Free and Fit. Today we're going to continue our series on how to train your body with lower back spondylolisthesis safely using a lying band exercise known as the pullover. It targets abdominals, lat muscles, shoulders, even triceps, all wrapped up in one exercise. Hope you enjoy. So one of my favorite exercises to teach both my patients and my online training clients with lower back spondylolisthesis to assist in healing and also stability of the lower back is the pullover exercise. I particularly like it for beginners or intermediates on the floor because the floor allows us to become a lot more stable with our lower back than in a standing or a lying or across the exercise bench position. Now the pullover is great because it targets the latissimus muscle, which runs from our shoulder to your lower back, a huge muscle that is involved with spondylolisthesis, arching of the back. And if you remember, arching of the lower back or extension many times aggravates spondylolisthesis pain because as the arch in the lower back, that curve increases as the tailbone comes up or the upper torso leans back, it drives that spondylolisthesis vertebra mechanically into a more forward shear stress, which aggravates disc fibers, facet joint capsules, muscles, tendons in the area, ligaments like the anterior longitudinal ligament. So we want to try to create a stability in the lower back through exercise that trains us to hold our position to avoid that extension. Now, that's, remember, only part of our neutral spine position for most of us with spondylolisthesis. It has to be tailored for your unique situation. Me, for instance, my lower back situation is that I have a tendency to externally rotate my left leg. So when I'm doing exercises, I need to make sure that that hip rotation is centered, that I'm not hip hiking my left hip up or leaning in. My left side of my abdominals and my back historically is stronger due to posture and movement patterns than the right side. Also, I have a tendency to have a weak multifidus muscle. I need to engage that for me. Other patients, other online training clients that I work with may have an overactive internal oblique. They may have a dominant lat muscle on one side. They may have a pelvic rotation or torso rotation or side shifting translation issue. So you really need to know what your unique mechanics are that are affecting your lower back. This is an area that advanced physical therapists, advanced chiropractors, osteopaths, and rehab specialists focus in is tailoring exercises to make sure that you're doing the exercises specifically for your movement patterns, for your unique mechanics, for your postures that you have assumed through life that are driving these stresses on your spondylolisthesis problem. So with that said, we want to put ourselves, of course, in that neutral spine that's unique for us, tailored with our RPI, reverse posture isometric, and we're going to do this pullover exercise. The beauty of the pullover is that it creates, as the arm goes up, a tendency to extend your lower back. So you're really using the abdominals strongly as the latissimus is stretching to avoid that irritation. It also is a great exercise for shoulders and triceps at the same time. So we're going to affix a low anchor point somewhere. You could use either bands or you could use a low pulley cable. And we're going to lie in a face-up position with a split grip. One hand right, one hand left with the head in between. We're going to position our body so that our hands or our arms are at least straight up from the shoulder joint when that tension from the band is out. If you have slack while you're here, no good. Now, depending on your advancement in holding your RPI, you could have the tension come out further from your body. If you have tension leaving you here, that's going to be a lot harder to hold your RPI, but if you're advancing your training, that's actually going to be beneficial because it's going to train you to resist arching your back. The further my arms go overhead with the pull of the cable, the more it stretches the lat muscle and the more it wants my lower back to arch, to create a cave underneath my lower back that I could palpate or feel with my hand. So I want to make sure that I'm in a position where as my arms are overhead with that tension, I can maintain that neutral spine, which for most of us with spondylolisthesis has some element of tailbone under flattening the lower back using the abs to do so. Once I'm in that position, I'm going to engage the rest of my RPI. And on the exhale, I'm going to push my arms straight down. Now, if you notice what's happening here is my shoulders are working hard to assist the triceps and the lat muscles to pull the band towards my feet. On the way down, it's pretty easy to keep your abs tight. It's a natural tendency in the pullover to engage that. You don't even have to think about that sometimes. But the key to this exercise is on the way up. Here, it's very easy to lose the abdominals and that tail under tension. And what happens invariably for people that are not trained correctly is they start arching their back right about this point as the arms come close to being vertical, and then overarch as you come overhead. So that's the time you really want to increase that tail under or abdominal crunch tension to keep you in a safe position with neutral spine. Again, you can have that tension when you're really advanced so that your arms are way back like this with the band being tense and having no slack. That gives you a full range of motion to the exercise. The more range of motion you use going backwards, the more tension in the band, the harder it is to maintain that neutral spine. But the overall effect is that it's going to help you maintain neutral stability in your low back, preventing and training your body from overarching and going into your typical mechanical mistakes, whatever it is, hip hike, rib lean, torso twist, overactive internal oblique that torques the spine, a weak multifidus that disturbs the extension function, the extension mechanism, whatever it is, you're training the whole unit during this exercise during a typical motion that aggravates spondylo, but yet you're resisting aggravation by building your stability. If you like this video on pullovers, feel free to subscribe to our channel. We got a lot of great videos out there to help you with your spondylolisthesis, lower back pain at L3, L4, L5, S1. If you would like to help me share this valuable information with others, give me a thumbs up. Questions or comments, write in. I'll do my best to answer them. And remember, a great program to teach you what your neutral spine is, how to analyze your own body mechanics, your movement tendencies, your postures that aggravate spondylolisthesis pain, and then to develop a personalized, tailor-fitted exercise program to self-rehab and self-manage your pain, getting you back into your lower back strength and shape and stability so you can participate in physical activities and sports and workouts heavily without aggravating your lower back pain. That's available at the Fast Track program for spondylolisthesis on the painfreeandfit.com website. Of course, if you'd like an online Zoom video conference with me to check your analysis, to go over your exercise, to develop a program, and to personally train you, that's available also, the contact information, through painfreeandfit.com. I hope this video on pullovers helps you with your lower back spondylolisthesis pain.